Now we welcome in Sarah Gruman, one of the main characters in Wartburg's student-ran play Rabbit Hole. Thank you for coming in this morning.
No problem.
So can you first off just tell me a little bit about the play?
Well, the play is set like in modern day, and it's about this family and how they're dealing with a tragedy that happened a couple months prior to when the play starts. So it's pretty emotional, but it's a really good show. It's very well written. There's only 5 people in the cast, so it's been a lot of fun.
So with only 5 people in the cast, you're obviously an important piece. What is your role, and what are the types of things you'll be doing?
I play Izzy, and Izzy is the little sister to Becca, who is the lead of the play. And I'm really, really sassy and a little bit rebellious, and it's a really fun role to play. And so we all just kind of interact with each other to help the storyline.
So what type of preparations have you been putting in, all the practices and the things of that nature?
Well, we practice a couple times a week, pretty much all semester. And then for the past 2 weeks or so, we've had rehearsals like every night. And then just working on my own, memorizing lines, having friends bounce lines back and forth with me, stuff like that.
So you said at the beginning of the semester you guys have started basically since we've been back from Christmas break?
For the most part. We had the musical right there right after Christmas for those first 2 weeks, but then it was like a week or so after that is when we started.
So what does it mean that this is completely student-ran? What does that mean?
It means that everything is done by the student. So we have a student director. I'm in charge of costumes and props. We have a student stage manager, and then Newman Crew is doing all of our tech stuff. So Dr. Faltzgraf is still involved, and he's helping us with our set, but the majority of things are all done by the students.
So your character is Izzy,
yes,
and you're also in charge of costumes and
yes,
things of that nature. How do you balance those two?
For this show, it's not too difficult, actually, because it's set in modern day. A lot of the costumes are just like everyday clothes that we wear. So that hasn't been too difficult. I just needed to make sure that we had all the makeup we needed for everybody in the cast, which, with there only being 5 of us, was pretty easy as well. What is one of your favorite scenes or acts? Oh, goodness. That's a good question. The first scene is me and my older sister, and it really kind of gives a dynamic for the relationship that we have and just the things that are going on in our lives at the time. And so it's a lot of back and forth, and there's banter between the 2 of us, and so it's really fun. I enjoy it. That's awesome. So what should those in attendance expect to see this weekend? I would expect to see a really good show. There's the other people in the cast with me are awesome. I would be prepared for some emotions. It's pretty emotional, but other than that, I would just look for a good play that'll be put on really well. And what do you hope that the people, when they walk away, when it's all said and done, what do you think they'll take away from it? Ooh, to not take the little things for granted. That's kind of a big message throughout the entire script, and so yeah. So without not giving too much away, go into a little detail about exactly what the play is going to be. So I don't want to give away the tragedy, but this family suffered a tragedy that involves Becca and her husband and their family, and then this play just kind of follows their family for a couple of months afterwards, and how Becca and Howie are dealing with this, how me as the sister is dealing with it, how our mom was dealing with it, and then how a teenage boy that was also involved is kind of coping with everything as well. So it's coming up here quickly. Are you nervous at all for anything? A little bit. It's crunch time, and everybody gets nervous this close to a show. We're not quite sure how it's all going to come together. I have no doubts. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking right now. Yeah, anticipation probably a little bit nerve-wracking, but yeah, definitely exciting that it's nearing. The play will be both on Friday and Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. in the Lyceum. So make sure to go check it out. We'll be right back after the break.